In this lesson, I'll explain how to make text easy to read and why it matters. Making text easy to read is about managing body text. That's all the smaller text you see when reading normally, things like paragraphs and short sentences. Body text is really, really important. It's the majority of text that you want people to read. It's full of information and details that matter. If body text is hard to read, people will just skip it, or they'll feel really frustrated as they work hard to continue reading. You don't want them to feel that way. You want them to feel comfortable and engaged. You want people to focus on your message. So the job of body text is to kind of get out of the way and let people do that. Body text is subtle. It sets the tone for your entire experience, like the editing of a well-made film, or the way furniture is arranged in a room. People say, "That was a great movie," or "This cafe is really nice." They don't know why exactly, but designers know the power of that subtle quality. And it's not just that. The decisions you make here, the measurements of your body text, they anchor the rest of your design, so your work goes more smoothly. And there are really only 4 main decisions you make about body text to get it to feel balanced. You choose a good font for body text, then you set the font size, choose a width, and decide on line spacing. When you make decisions about these 4 things carefully, that sets your whole design up for success. So that's what we're going to do now together. We're going to take a paragraph of body text and shape it by adjusting these 4 properties. The first thing we'll do is choose a good font for body text. You want something with sturdy shapes, even color, that's typographic color, the overall gray value, and an active texture. Here are 6 good fonts for body text. And for now, we'll use Source Sans. The next thing we're going to do is set a font size. Don't stress about this. What we want to shoot for is something that feels okay. So if you're not sure, just try choosing a font size that definitely feels too small, and then slowly bring the font size up until it starts to feel okay again. Or do it from the other direction, right? Make it so big that you know it feels wrong, it's like way too big, and then slowly bring it back, make it a little smaller until it feels okay again. I like to call this technique break it and fix it. It helps you figure out the limits of what feels okay to you, and as long as you're within those limits, you're good for this exercise. We really just want to find a size that feels okay to us. The next thing we'll do is choose a width for the paragraph. This is also called measure or line length, and I like those words better because you might be working with rotated text or a language other than English, and width may not always be an accurate term. So we're just going to do this the same way. We're going to break it and fix it. Right? Try to find a measure for this paragraph that feels okay. Right? Not too narrow, not too wide. Don't worry about the number of characters or words per line. Just judge it by eye. All right, now we have a good font for body text, a font size that feels okay, and a measure that feels okay. The last thing to look at is line spacing. Now sometimes that's called leading, which is a term that comes from the days of metal type when pieces of lead were put between lines of text to space them out. So we're going to adjust line spacing in the same way, just like we did before. We're going to take it easy, play around, break it and fix it. Make it so loose that you know it feels too loose and bring it back until it starts to feel okay again. Make it so tight that you know it's too tight. That's really too tight, so just let it breathe a little bit until it feels okay. And just stop someplace. That's it. These are the 4 properties that professional designers use to achieve a balanced text block. Now you might not feel like where you ended up is very balanced, or maybe you're not sure. That's okay. You have to do this again and again to build your confidence. And you'll start to notice things. Like some fonts are bigger or smaller than others. So you'll need to use different font sizes to make them feel okay. You can't just swap one font in for another. Line spacing looks better tighter when the paragraph is narrow, right? And when the paragraph is wide, it looks better a little more loose. That's because the bigger gaps help our eyes follow to the beginning of the next line. There's no magic formula for making text easy to read, because so much depends on context. A book is very different from a billboard, and both of those things can use body text. But by practicing these exercises, you'll develop your sense of balance so that when you're facing any project situation, you can make more meaningful choices. Use the project we've provided for this lesson and do this exercise at least 3 times with the same font. Then compare those 3 paragraphs and judge which one feels the most balanced. Then you can mix things up and try different fonts.